Hi everybody. I just want to make a quick inspirational video. I've had a lot of good things happen to me. I've had, very crazy things happen to me. Crazy spiritually magical things. Like I've predicted people coming into my life by their name. Uh, Years before it ever happened. I just visualized it. I said it's going to happen. And it did. It did years later, after I thought it was impossible. Okay, and it did. It happened. And I can tell you that anything is possible. If you want to win the lottery, it's possible. If you want a soulmate that you could be with for the rest of your life, it's possible. And feel like the most beautiful things known to man or not known to man. It's possible. I've felt that, okay, before. I can tell you that this world is more than meets the eye. Um, it meets your soul. Your outer world meets your soul. And I think the outer world is aligned with the soul. The soul meaning your imagination, your inner world, and your thought pattern. Your thoughts about what happened in reality, they mold it. Why? Because it uses imagination. When you think positive things or even negative things, it can mold into your reality. I've had both happen. And I can tell you that my mind now is more positive than it's ever been. And that's the way that I want it. I used to wish for having a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends now. I'm very popular. I have a lot of friends that love me, who buy me stuff because they love me. They treat me good. And I treat them good because I love them. And, you know, I used to wish. I used to go, I wish I had lots of friends. I wish I had, you know, my soulmate and blah, blah, blah. The guy I had a baby with, I wished for. I wished for him. And he is exactly what I wanted. And I could tell you that. And I also wished for other people that were in my life in the past before, and I got what I wanted. You can get what you want. Number one thing is to use your imagination. Lay down at night and think about what you would want in your future. Do you want somebody that loves you more than anything else? I think most people want that. Visualize what that person looks like. Imagine how they would treat you. That's a big one. Imagine how they would treat you. Imagine what kind of conversations you would have. Imagine how spiritual they are. Imagine what their beliefs are in terms of like religious, or what kind of music they like to listen to, the way they dress, the way their voice sounds, what they like to do for hobbies. Do they like to be outside in nature? Do they like to work out? Do they like to make food? Maybe they like to cook for you. Maybe that's what they do. And I would like to call myself a master at visualizing and bringing forth my imagination into reality. And sometimes you won't get it right away. And that's the truth. Sometimes it'll happen years later. And I've had that happen. I'm 27 years old. I'm almost 30. I've had things happen, trust me. And, if you're younger and you're like, oh, well, I don't know if this is possible, just believe it. You don't even have to believe it, really. Just kind of imagine it. Fantasize, because when you fantasize, you're utilizing God. God is the creator of all. So when you use your imagination, what can create everything that's possible? God. God can. What can also do that? Your imagination. It makes sense that they're two and the same. So that's why you should master using your imagination. Your imagination is the creator. Don't forget this. Your imagination is the creator, and you are the vessel in which to experience the creations. And you really have to realize that and keep yourself happy and busy in the meantime. If you don't have your soul person right now, keep yourself busy in the meantime. Do things that make you happy, like taking walks outside. That makes me happy. Making good food, trying new recipes, doing whatever makes you happy, going to the pool, Go kayaking, spend time with your family, get a new cat, whatever makes you happy. Speaking of cat, I wanted a cat. And I told myself, well, if I ever got a cat, he'd probably have to come to me on my porch. And guess what? I found a kitten on my porch screaming at me. He's like, meh, meh. And that's how I found my cat. He found me. And that's exactly what I wanted. And I remember the sun was setting, and I remember vividly how I looked down at him. He was meowing at me, and I just picked him up. The sun was shining on him. It just looked so beautiful. And I remember that that's what I wished for. And sometimes it's not about believing. It's about, knowing what you want and using your imagination to some extent to create it. And then, honestly, sometimes just letting it go. It doesn't have to be a constant thing. You don't have to constantly do that, because this is nature. Mother Nature will provide for you what you need. And if you're not ready right now, then that's okay, because I could kind of see why I had to wait, is because I wasn't ready. Back then, for the people that came into my life, I wasn't ready. You have to be ready. And when you're ready, you will receive what you want. I remember, one of my friends that I had, one of my best friends, I imagined us being best friends way before we ever were. And we did end up being best friends. And I can say to you that it's something that my heart wanted. And, it happened. And when it happens, it's a great thing. It's a great feeling. You can do that with friendship. You can do that with love interests. You can do that, with your future body or your future hair. Maybe you want to grow out your hair. That's what I want. And in order to do that, I realized that I'm going to have to stop dyeing it. And I'm okay with that. Because, when I'm outside in the sun, my hair looks good. It's nice and brown, and it fits my skin. Better than black, better than any other color, because that's the color nature gave me. And, I wouldn't look good with blonde hair, because that's not what nature intended. I've had it. I mean, I looked good with it, but I'm just saying, without makeup, it just doesn't, it don't look right. But anyway, I guess that's it for this video. Always remember that it's possible. I know that it's possible, and I would just want you to know that if you ever, want something and you just can't seem to get it, don't worry about it so much. Imagine it before you go to bed. That's what I do. When I want something, I imagine it before I go to bed, and I just talk to myself about it, about what I want. And then it always comes to me eventually. Always. Every fucking thing that I've ever wanted has come to me eventually. And I mean everything. From cats to people. Okay? And, right now, I'm happy. I don't really want anything. And that's great. That means you're where you need to be. And I feel like, your person is going to find you when you're ready. And you don't need to worry about, when you're going to find them, because they will find you. If it's meant for you, it will always be yours eventually. Even if it's years and years later, don't worry. I think you're too worried about it. And I know, I've been there. I've been worried about it. I've been obsessing. When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Don't worry. It will. Just imagine it. And honestly, just be happy where you are. I think being happy where you are is a necessity. And sometimes it comes with changing your habits and your hobbies. It's hard to meet somebody if you're always inside the house. That's one thing I've learned. If you're always inside the house with no job, how will you ever find somebody? You have to get new hobbies. You have to go for a walk with your dog. That's what I did. And I have a story about finding somebody, my first love. There were synchronicities that told me to go for a walk with my dog, and I ended up finding him on one of my walks. I'm not joking. Look back at that video. That is a real thing that happened. look back at my videos. I think it says in the title, The First Time I Fell in Love, something like that. If you're interested, it's a long story, but if you believe in love, I want you to listen to that. Listen to that and tell me that that was not meant to be, because it was. At the time, it was. Do I know if, there's somebody else in the future for me? I'm not really sure, and I'm not worried about it. I'm happy now. Being happy with yourself is great. And always remember, don't be taken single for granted. Don't be taken single for granted, because being single is amazing. Being single is fantastic. Being single, there's less stress. I'm telling you this because maybe you need to hear it. There's less stress. There's less worrying about what they're doing behind your back. There's less, oh my gosh, what if you find somebody else? Well, there's nobody to find because you don't even have someone, which is good. And I'm just saying, I love being single because it's less stress. And I don't like stress. Now, when you find the right person, do I think it'll be stressful? No. I think you'll want to be with them and want to spend time with them. And that's great. It's great. And when you find that person, you'll know. It's not going to be a question in your head, is this my person? You are going to feel it. You will want to spend time with them. And that's when you'll know. When you cuddle, you'll feel it. Don't worry so much about what the future holds. Just know what you want in your heart. Imagine it. Imagine what they look like. Imagine what their name could be. I've manifested people by the name by doing this technique. And I can tell you, it works. And I think, like I said, that God is the imagination. And when you create something like that, then why can't it be real? God can create anything. I visualized a day in the park with somebody that I wanted to be with, and I had that exact day happen. You cannot tell me that God is not real. And I want you to know this. If you don't believe, you need to start trying to, maybe not trying to get into religion, but try to believe in some higher power. Because look at this technology and fucking the trees and beautiful birds, and when you look outside, the fucking sunset looks like a painting. You think there's not a divine artist out there? God is the divine artist, okay? And not everything God creates is happy. That's right, not everything God creates is happy, because God is an artist. God is the creator and the destroyer. You cannot forget this. If something bad happens to you, something good is also possible. Don't ever forget that. And don't ever forget that when something bad happens to you, it will only make the great positive things more great, and you'll feel more grateful. Don't you ever forget that. I've been through shit. I know exactly what you're, going through if you've been through shit. I know. And you got to be grateful sometimes. You got to look at it in a new way. You do. You got to look at it in a new way. If you just broke up with someone and you're heartbroken, I've been there. You got to look at it in a new way. You got to be thankful that you care. You got to be thankful and feel like your tears are beautiful. They are. They're beautiful because it shows that you care. That's why. You care. And that's beautiful. It's beautiful to care. Wouldn't you rather feel something than not feel anything? Because I would, even if it's distressing. There's lots of, lessons in life, and love is one of them. And, when you take the time to treat people correctly, maybe you would not be crying. And that's the lesson I've learned. I've treated people not so nice, and, I've cried because I felt bad. And that's good. It's good to feel bad if you've done something bad. It's good to cry if somebody hates you because, maybe you weren't the nicest. And that's something I've had to learn in my life. And you can work on yourself. Take this time to work on yourself, and your person will come. It will happen for you. You are going to find your beautiful soulmate, and don't ever worry about that. And that's literally it. Don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Just worry about yourself. Concentrate on yourself right now. Concentrate on being yourself, working on your own goals for yourself. What do you want? You want to be a better person?
Do you want to treat people better? Do you want to have more friends? Do you want to go out with the girls on a girls' night to the nightclub and get margaritas? Because that's what I want. Do you want to save up money for a cruise? Because that's what I want. Okay? Don't ever forget, you can get a job and save up money for a vacation. And you don't have to invite anybody. Okay? You can meet people there. It's great. Don't ever worry, because there are good things in this world. There are good things in this world. There's good food. Look at me. I love food. And I'm very happy. And there's good, music. I listen to music every day. Listen to more music. Go on a walk with your headphones on. Listen to some music. That's what I've been doing, and it's been helping me. It's been helping me, and I want to help you. Maybe you've been going through something. Maybe you need some advice. My advice is to work on yourself, especially if you've just been, in a breakup or had something bad happen. Just work on yourself. Work on, finding a good job and, making more money and saving up for something that you want. Maybe you don't want anything, and that's okay. Maybe you just need to go to work so you can make friends and socialize in a positive way. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe it's not about the money. Maybe it's about the people around you. That's what I like work for. I like to socialize with the people around me in a positive way. Because that creates friendships, and friendships create love. And the more love you have in your soul and your heart and your life, you will feel so much happier. And you won't feel like you need somebody to love you, because you have it. It's just not in a romantic way, which is okay. You don't need romance right now. Maybe that's it. Maybe you don't. And that's okay. You don't need somebody. You got it. That's what this is for. I'm not joking. But I'm serious. Get yourself a margarita. Go out with your mom and go get a margarita at Texas Roadhouse. I love doing that. It's great. Go play pool with your mom. I don't know. Go play pool with your family at the bar. Why not? Try something new. I did that recently. It was fun. It was. And it cost $1 a game. Are you kidding me? $1? And we played for like an hour because we sucked. It was fantastic. An hour for $1? I'll take it. But yeah, try something new. Maybe you'll meet somebody. Maybe they'll come to you and go, "Hi, how are you?" You never know. You never know. So that's my advice. Try new things. Go outside more, because maybe you need it. And, socialize at work. Talk to that guy you've always wanted to talk to at work, or girl. And don't worry about, everything else so much. Just worry about, how you treat people. Worry about being kind. Even if people aren't so kind, maybe just ignore them. And that's okay. It's okay to not talk to people who are disrespecting you. Just don't elevate it. That's something I had to learn. If I was being disrespected, I just stayed quiet. Because sometimes that's the nicest thing you can do, is be quiet. And that's what I've had to learn, because I ended up getting fired one time. We're not going to talk about that. But I felt like this person was disrespectful, and I don't know. That's really just, I guess I kind of went off a little bit. And you know what? Sometimes it's just better to stay quiet, especially if it's at work. I'm here to get paid. I'm not here to be this Miss Manager's friend. I'm not here to be this coworker's friend. You don't have to. All you have to do is be calm, and you don't even have to talk to them. That's the thing. If you don't like them, you don't have to talk to them. And, but it's nice to, talk to the people that you do like talking to. Hi, how are you? It's that easy. Hi, how are you? It's that easy. So I hope you guys got something from this video. Maybe I helped you. Maybe I helped you figure something out. I don't know. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe, maybe we could be online friends. I don't know. I like to make people, feel like I'm their little friend online. I've had people say, "Oh my God, I feel like I'm talking to my friend on a voice chat or something." You know what? That's fine. I think that's great. I love making new friends. I love meeting new people. That's who I am. I like that. I like having people that love me. And, maybe if you don't feel that way, hey, if you want to talk to me in the comments, I am here. You can. And that's great. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, concerns, if you want me to make any advice videos, please, by all means, go ahead and comment what you want me to make a video about, and, you know, maybe you need some help. I'm very wise for my age, and I know a lot of things, so maybe I can help you. Maybe if you want help manifesting, I can help you with that. Maybe if you want help learning about how to believe in a higher power, I can help you with that, because I at one point didn't. Okay? And I know what that's like. So if you need help with hope or anything, I'm here. So, you know, comment, make a, you know, post or whatever, and, you know, talk to me. I don't know. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.